Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'm very excited to be here. I'm very excited you are here, and I'm very excited about what we're going to talk about today. Because what we're going to talk about today is to create this business that you love, to create this business that brings you freedom, to create this business that brings you money, to bring back and go back to the business, to all the reasons why you started your business in the first place, right? So we want to talk about those things, about getting back to why you started your business in the first place, what your priorities are, how to put it all into a schedule. We're going to talk a lot about time management, and then I'm going to talk to you about the formula of the 3-hour workday so that this can all happen. And so if you are on, feel free. How I want this to work is that it's very much engaging. So I'm going to ask questions. I want to see your answers. I'm going to ask questions. I want to see your answers. You can ask questions. I'm going to give you some answers. Okay, so that's how I want it to be. This is how I teach. Think of this as like going to a class, going to a university class, and except you're not just listening to a lecture. I don't love giving lectures. I love teaching. And teaching is like the engagement. It's like the communication. It's like what are you dealing with? What are your struggles? What are your goals? What are your successes? And let's build on this and being able to talk about this. So let's view this container as you're at a class. Okay? So feel free to raise your hand. I actually think you can legit raise your hand. And if not, just write it in the comments. And then I will get to it and answer all your questions. And we also have, I also like to do a Q&A tomorrow. So it gives you time to watch this because I know not all of you will be able to watch this right now live. And that's totally cool because I know a lot of you are working or you're working on your businesses and this just isn't a good time for you. And that's okay. That's okay. And so as you go, just keep leaving comments, leave questions as you go. And then tomorrow we're going to have a Q&A. And even if you can't make it live, I'm going to do a thread on any questions that you have. And it can be totally in relation to the time management, productivity, to goals, to being the vibe, to anything in your business. And you can post that and I will answer the questions tomorrow. And so if you're on, please say hi. I'm excited to see who is coming on. I know some of my one-on-one clients were going to be on, and then there's some others who just joined the group. And so welcome. So you know me, I'm Chess, and I have been in business for 20 years, and I have done all the things. I love marketing. It's who I am. A lot of people think that I'm an extrovert, but I like to say that I'm an extroverted introvert. I can show up online and be all extroverted, but then my energy comes from being by myself. Not even with my dog, because that sucks my energy. And anyway, so marketing, I've been in business since I graduated from marketing, which was in 2002. And so it's something that I love to do because it comes most naturally. I grew up in a family that's been entrepreneurs. So they were all farmers. Farmers are entrepreneurs, hands down. Whereas you go with the ebbs and flows of the market. You're dependent on the weather. You're how do I sell this thing? What do I need to do to increase my productivity? Right? And also my grandparents and my aunt owned the town restaurant. And so I was working at the restaurant since I was 12. And my aunt had always given me extra responsibilities to do, doing the bookkeeping and doing the invoices. And back in the day where you had you could go for a coffee and buy a pack of smokes and I would just write it down on basically an IOU. And then at the end of the month, I would just send people their their statements, and then they would come in and pay. So I got to manage all of that, which kind of got me like interested in this whole business thing. And then I always knew that I was meant to be, that I was a leader. I always knew I've been a leader. I always knew that I was meant to be like in a position of management. But when I was a kid, I didn't even know what that would look like, and it never like pictured in my head as like I had to be wealthy, but it was just in that position of leadership. That's really what spoke to me. So I always wanted to go into medicine, and my lifelong regret is that I didn't go into medicine, because after high school, I didn't want to go to school for another 8 years. So I went to marketing instead. And anyways, and so I got into business right after that. And and then I had some kids, had my 2 kids who are now teenagers. And how this all works is that I broke my leg quite badly in 2009. 2009, I broke my leg pretty bad. And it was because I was teaching fitness classes. I was a personal trainer. I was a new mom. Well, my kids were like 2009, so that would have been 3 and 2. And so I was a busy mom, doing all the training, teaching the classes, and like I just wrote on my Facebook one day, I need a break. My legs were sore. I could barely walk down the stairs because I was teaching like 6, 7 step classes a week, and my legs were just physically tired, right? And I was physically tired, and I had a new puppy back then too, like just all the insanities. And I ran to the bus and on my way to work, and I slipped on ice, and like it would have been a thing that like it was a pure accident that you wouldn't foresee happening. But I do believe, because I was exhausted, physically, emotionally, mentally exhausted, that like I wasn't paying attention to the things that I would normally pay attention to. And so as a result, broke my leg, had to sit in the hospital for a couple days, got surgery done, sat on the couch for a few months. Couldn't teach, couldn't do fitness classes. I did get back into personal training like after a couple months with me and my little scooter. And that was fun. But like while I was doing that, I was like, this isn't the life that I want to live. I don't want to be at somebody else's schedule. I don't want to be at the mercy of somebody else's like, oh, I can't train today, I got to work another day, or I'm set at the hours from 4 till 9, missing out on my kids' dinner and putting them to bed. Like, I didn't like it. And so while I was on the couch, I was like, okay, what do I not like about the fitness industry? I hate it that people can talk on their cell phones while on the treadmill. Working out hard enough if you can talk on your cell phone while you're on the treadmill. So I started a high intensity interval training studio. It was Calgary's first spin studio. We did TRX, we did boot camps, in and out fast workouts. Fantastic. Great business model. Okay, I had staff. I had 15 trainers working for me at one time. And I was doing the marketing online. I learned all the online marketing things back then. And I still burnt out. Still working from getting up at 4:20 in the morning and going to bed like after 10, being exhausted and missing out on my kids. And burnt out. 2013, sold the gym. Like, done. Went back to school, got my master's in international development, because helping women create lives of freedom and joy has been my mission since a kid. Helping women create lives that bring them freedom and joy, that is my purpose in life and always has been. Personal training, helping women become like in love with themselves, right? Confidence through their bodies. Anyways, sold it. Started a social media management business to help nonprofits and overseas. Then I got a job teaching new immigrants to Canada and low-income people how to start businesses, to like own their financial independence and security. And so I did that for 3.5 years, burnt out, completely burnt out. So saying yes to everything. Oh, here's a project. Chas, do you want to do that? Yeah, that sounds amazing. That sounds like a great project. Oh yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, I'll teach that class. I'll teach that class for you. That's okay. Yeah, I know you're sick, so I'll teach that class for you. I love teaching. Oh, let's write some curriculum. Like let's redo the whole, everything that we teach. And Chas, can you be the lead on that? Yeah, I'll be the lead on that. So I said yes to 1.5 million things. When you say yes to things, you are saying no to other things. So in saying yes to all the things that I was doing at my day job, in trying with the hopes of getting a promotion, with the hopes of being the manager, right? I'm like, ooh, I'll do all these things with the hopes of like this happening, right? And yeah, I'm just gonna see if there's any comments here. So that was me writing a comment. Anyways, and so with the hopes of doing those things, so always just doing the things of with the hopes and sacrificing myself, sacrificing my family. But I just really wanted the raise. I wanted the raise. I wanted the job promo, you know? So it's like work harder, say yes to more and more and more and more and more things. This all comes back to time management in a minute. And so burnt out, got physically sick. Like my hips, I couldn't walk. I couldn't sit. I got a standing desk at work. And I finally went to an osteopath and she's like, Chas, you hold all your emotions, all your stress in your hips. She's like, if you don't take a leave, if you don't take a week off, your body's going to make you take a week off. And I was like, ooh, I've done that before. My body broke, like my leg literally broke. So I would take a break. So I don't want to get sick again. So I took a week off. Managers made me feel like shit for taking a week off. And, but whatever, had to do it at a breaking point. Had vacation previously booked for like a month and a half after that. So went on vacation. My mother-in-law died and my stepdad died of cancer, both at the same times while on vacation. So it doesn't really count as vacation when you're like dealing with watching people die and going to their funerals. And so anyways, got back, and the day I walked back into the office after the funerals was right after August long weekend, and was told that that was my last day. No reason. It's just your last day. Okay, go F yourself. You know, very angry, all the emotions. And then it was like, you know what? I needed that. The whole time I was teaching people how to start businesses, I was working for somebody and it felt wrong. I would like say in my class, I'm like, here I am talking about how awesome entrepreneurship is, and yet I'm working for somebody else. This just doesn't feel right with me. And so those were some of the things that were adding to this like stress and anxiety and like all the things, and just helping, like making my mind feel so cluttered and clouded. And I hated it. So I needed the break. I didn't need to get sick. I needed to get fired from my job. So la-ti-da, here we are. And so when I started working for myself, it was like, oh, I need the website. Oh, I need the landing pages. Oh, I need to do this. I need to be on all the social media channel. I need to have all the programs made. What is my program? What do I offer? Why do I need a program? I'm a certified coach. I ask questions and I listen. But why do I need a program? And so anyways, so all these things were starting to cloud my mind already. I had a coach so I could vent these things, getting super frustrated, just like, I need the client now. I need the client now. That doesn't work. Not the vibe. And anyway, so I was getting cluttered in my mind, and then working long hours, doing all the things with the hope of getting more clients. Sounds like I was back at my day job, doing all the things with the hope of getting a promotion and making more money. And I was like, that's not the vibe that I want. That is scarcity talking. And I really learned a lot about scarcity mindset and abundance that I didn't know even when I was teaching business. That wasn't a thing when I was teaching business strategy, But it is. Your scarcity mindset keeps you in a box. And if you like the box, that's fine. But scarcity mindset keeps you in the box of doing all the things with the hopes of getting a new client. 100% scarcity. If I do this, then I'll get that. If I do this, then that person's going to sign with me. If I create that post, then I'm going to get like some likes and maybe one of those people will become my client. Right? So you're starting to like, this is what I can control and really hoping that this is going to be the result. This is what I can control and this is what I'm really hoping is the result. I'm going to tell you that you cannot control the result. I've dealt with anxiety for years, and anxiety always comes down to what you can control, what you can't control, and releasing the expectations and releasing what you can't control. Breathe and release. That's the only way to do it. Breathe and release. This is what I can do, and I'm going to do that thing that I control, not so I can get a client. I'm going to teach this class not so I can get a client. I'm going to teach this class because I love teaching. And I'm going to teach this class whether there's like 0 people here or 4,000 people here. Because I love teaching and I believe that we do not need to work long hours to get clients, that we have a beautiful life worth living outside of our business. And I believe 100% that your business is an extension of who you are. So time management, productivity, working 3 hours a day comes back to who you are, to who I am. What does that even mean? Does it mean that if my business is successful and I'm making lots of money, does that mean that I'm a better person? No. If my business isn't making money and I'm not getting clients, does that mean that I'm like less of a person and I'm failing at life? No. No. Your business being an extension of who you are is that there's no division between you and your business. You are your business. You are wealth. You are making the choice of who you want to be, what you want to do, and how you're going to do it. I'm going to teach you some strategies today on how to work 2 to 3 hours a day. But I want you to think of like, is your business an extension of who you are? Because when it is, business is easy. Then it doesn't matter. You're not watching the clock being like, oh, I worked for 54 minutes. That means I have 6 more minutes left in my 1 hour of marketing time. Then we're good. No. But releasing that time being like when your business and the things that you love are the things that you love, right? So it's going back to falling in love with your business, with what you offer and how you change people's lives, falling in love with the tools of like how to like attract those people, like falling in love with the whole process. Because it's who you are, doing what you love to do. Everything becomes easy. If I hated being on video and I hated teaching, there is no frickin' way I'd be teaching. No, unless I saw the value in it. If I saw that like, ooh, I would really like to explore what it would be like to teach a class, even though it is scary AF for me to be on video. And I think I would like doing it because I think I would like doing it. And I think that might like help people find me. right? So if you see the value in doing something that is really scary, then you're going to have the desire to do it. If you don't see the value in doing it, you're not going to do it, which goes back to the 3-hour workday. If you don't see the value in working less hours, you're never going to do it. Never. So I want you to believe that like your business is who you are. It is your life, but your business is your tool. Business is your tool. Business is your tool, a tool in the toolbox to create your life of freedom and happiness. Okay? So I want you to remember that business is a tool. It works for you. You don't work for your business. Your business works for you. And whenever you feel that your business is taking over of your entire life and it's not feeling light as a feather anymore, that's when you need to say, time out, time out. I need this to feel light as a feather. What needs to change? Okay, so learn to ask yourself that. So let's talk about time. Let's talk about time. Ooh, that was chit-chatty, right? Okay, let's talk about time. This morning, so when I started talking about the 3-hour workday, I've been doing it for like a year and a half now, and I'm like, this makes me feel I can live my life. I feel happy. I don't feel locked into my business. If I want to go water sliding for the day, I go water sliding for the day. If I want to go sit in a kayak for the afternoon, I go sit in a kayak for the afternoon. I don't want to be tied down to sitting at a desk. I don't want to be tied down to sitting at my kitchen table. No, that's not the vibe I want to have. I want to feel light as a feather. I want to feel I don't have to do anything. And I shouldn't be doing X, Y, Z. But I want to. And I get to. And I love it. That's the vibe I want to have. So when I was talking to somebody about the 3-hour workday, it's like, oh yeah, I need to learn more about like being productive and managing my time. So I'm like, okay, this is the language that reverberates with people, is time management and productivity. I don't want to be a productivity coach, but heck, if that's what you want to call me, that's what I am. Because I am very productive. I am a get shit done kind of girl. I don't procrastinate. I get an idea. I take action on it now. That's part of my human design. That's part of how I'm born, who I am. I do things. Not everybody's like that, and I can't teach that. I honestly believe you can't teach that drive to do things now. You can't. My daughter's born with it. My son is not. My husband is not. I am like, oh, let's get an idea. Let's do it yesterday, right? Sometimes that adds a lot of stress and anxiety, but it also gets shit done. And so when I'm focused and driven on accomplishing a task, it gets done. I don't have distractions. They may come my way, but I'm like, I just got to do this. That's it. So focus. And you have to make the decision, I'm going to focus, because things are going to try to distract you. 100% things are going to try to distract you, right? The horn honking outside, the dog barking, the kid waking up, like these are things that are going to try to distract me. But I make the decision, no, I'm focused on doing the work right now. I'm not focused on doing the work that needs to get done tomorrow. I'm not focusing on what I didn't get done yesterday. I'm focused on the now. The now. Because time, listen, time is the only thing you have. Time is the only thing that is truly yours. It is the only thing you truly have control of. Think about that. I can't go buy more time. Nope. Sun rises, sun sets. Every day. Not at the same time. Right? I don't know how long I'm going to live. So I could get hit by a bus tomorrow. And so worrying about what happens in the future isn't serving me. What happened in the past isn't serving me. Dwelling on that, dwelling, that's depression. That's where you go down the darkness, is when you dwell in the past. Anxiety is when you panic about the future and the unknowns. So, coming back to the middle, being present. Time is the thing that you have. You can't go buy more of. So how are you using your time? You own your time. So, how are you managing your time? Oh, I just do this. I wake up in the morning and then I have some coffee and, I work out and then I do this and this and this and this. And then it's like, oh, now I got to make dinner, and then I'm tired in the evening. What'd you do? Well, I just did stuff, like what? So I like to do time audits where it's like, what did you do every half an hour from the moment you woke up to the moment you go to bed? And doing it for a few days. So I had a client who did it for 4 days because she was like, this was really interesting. And so what you can do is just like write out, make a spreadsheet or a piece of paper, whatever, kind of a calendar, and write out every half an hour of what you did. What did you do from 7 to 7:30? What did you do from 7:30 to 8? 8 to 8:30, and on and on and on. And be honest with yourself. I scrolled Facebook for 3 hours. Okay, you scrolled Facebook for 3 hours. Now you know. Okay? So when you write down, you can see what's happening. You can literally see what is going on in your day. You own your time. This is the thing that you can control. This is the thing that you can manipulate. This is the thing that you can change. Okay? But changing always, you got to start from where you're at to where you want to be. Okay? Yeah, we want to work 2-3 hours a day. That's the end goal. But we got to start off with where you are now. Okay? Where are you now? So write it out and be honest and specific. Okay? So then if you look at where you're spending your time in a day, where are you spending the majority of your time? And be honest with yourself. Are you spending the majority of your time on Netflix? I just watched a movie in the afternoon. Okay, that was 3 hours. And then I watched a couple shows. Shit, all of a sudden you see that you watch Netflix for 5 hours. 5 hours. And so, yeah. Okay, maybe that's what you needed for the day. But then you did it 2 days in a row. And you're like, what the heck? So, getting down to the essentials. The essentials are the things that are going to lead you to the end result that you want. Okay? The essentials are the things that are going to lead you to the end result of what you want. So, of what truly makes you happy in your life, what makes you soulfully joyful in your life. What are the essentials that are going to get you there? Okay, well, first of all, what makes you soulfully joyful? I want you to write that out. Write it down on a piece of paper. What makes you soulfully joyful? What makes you happy in life? What is it that you really want out of life? And right, your business is your life. There's no distinction. It's not like my business is over here, my life is over here. No, business is your tool for your life. You're all the same. Okay? And so, if you look at your time, where's it going? Who's it going to? Who's taking your time? Are your kids? Are your clients? Is your partner? Is your job? Who's taking your time? Write it out. Who is taking your time? And are you okay with that? Because it is your choice to control who is taking your time and who's killing your time and who is like making the most of your time. All right? Your choice. So, what is the most important thing to you? So I just heard this on a podcast this morning, actually. So on the Daily Stoic. And he said, like, the LA Rams, it's a football NFL team. Their motto is keep the main thing as the main thing. Keep the main thing as the main thing. So what's your main thing? I can't tell you what to do in 2 to 3 hours a day for a 3-hour workday if it's not towards your main thing. Because what we want to do is make that 2 to 3 hour workday the essentials to getting your main thing. So with being in business, you're going to say, I can say, I want more clients. I want to make more money. Okay, that's real. Why? Why? What is that going to allow you to do? Money is useless unless you use it. Why do you want more clients? Okay, so I can get more money. Okay. All right. What are you going to do with that money? What are you going to do with that lifestyle? What do you want to do? What do you want to do with that money? Okay, what is your main thing? Now, when you look back at your schedule, look at the 2 to 3 days that you wrote out of what you've been doing every half an hour, and does it look like the things you are doing are leading to your main thing? Is watching Netflix helping you get a new client? No! Is Netflix helping you be healthy, happy, soulfully joyful, and wealthy? I don't know. Is going for a walk? Is doing a workout? So ask yourself, when you are looking at your schedule, does it look like you are working towards your main thing? So I want to use business as an example because business is what we are all in here doing. Most of us anyways. So the things that you're doing, are they reflecting your priorities? Does it lead to the results that you want? Is it reflecting your priorities and leading to the results you want? So let's focus on making more money, getting more clients, getting your next clients. Okay, so let's work on like getting your next clients. Is what you are doing helping you get your next client? And if you're in business and you're like no desire to get more clients or make more money, then are you being honest with yourself? Probably not, because I can say that you probably want to make more money and get more clients. Otherwise, why are you in business? Honestly. So I think it's pretty fair to say that most of us want to make more money in our business. So is your schedule looking like that you want to make more money? Shit! Is your schedule looking like you are the person that wants to make more money? Holy heck. Yes or no? Yes or no? That's meant to be a deep question for you to look at and be like, is what I'm doing getting the results that I want? Is what I'm doing getting the results that I want? And if it's not, what's the gap? What needs to change? Okay, what needs to change? Okay, you have the desire to get more clients. You have the desire to want more money. And you don't want to work all the time because you want to live your life. You want to be happy. So first of all, let's make the choice that business is a tool to your happiness. A tool. If you are working all hard in your business and your partner is making you miserable, something needs to work on your relationships. Okay, we're complicated people. We're complicated humans. We aren't just business. We aren't just lovers. We aren't just mothers, right? We aren't just spiritual beings. We are all of them. It's part of who you are. As a person, you have a personal side, a physical body. You have a spiritual body. You have an emotional being. You need money so that you can eat, have shelter, your basic needs of life, right? Yeah. Okay, so when you look at all the things that you are doing in a day, I want you to put an A or a number 1 beside the things that you feel are essential to you getting a new client. So we're going to shift into the essentials of getting a new client, getting another client, getting your first client, getting your first 20 clients. Okay, the essentials. I've been in business for 20 years. I've been teaching and coaching it since 2016. I'm not new to this. I've written curriculum on this. Not new. Okay, the strategies, I am 1000% confident I know all the strategies. But there's a million ways to make $1 million. So maybe I don't quite know all the strategies because that's a lot. There's a million ways to make $1 million, okay? But when you look at your time thing, I want you to start looking at the essentials. And I also, if you are on, to write a list of what you think. What do you think are the essentials? Like 3 to 10 things. What do you think are the essential things that you need to know, be, and do? Those are the essentials of a course. Know, be, and do to get a new client. What would you say? What would you say? Okay, write that down. Write that down. Okay, so what are the essentials that you need to do to get a client? You need to have an offer. What are you selling? That's actually a very fascinating topic because a lot of people might be like, I'm in business. And I'm like, awesome. What do you sell? And like, they either don't know or it takes them half an hour to explain it. I was like, whoa, we got to simplify that, baby. You got to simplify that down. Okay, so you need to have an offer. You need to market. You need to market your business. What's marketing? If I were to say you need to market your business, what does that mean to you? Is it just selling? Marketing, I used to always teach it was like know, like, and trust, but I really like the not the like part, but replacing the like with respect. Because I don't necessarily need everybody to like me as a person. Because there's going to be likable moments, there's going to be unlikable moments, there's going to be likable characteristics, there's going to be unlikable characteristics. But for me to be the expert in building and starting a business and getting your first few clients so that you can be soulfully joyful, you need to respect that I know how to do that. So, no, your client needs to know who you are. They need to know who you are. So how are they going to find you? Write all the ways of how people are going to find you. Okay? Respect. How are they going to gain your respect? And then comes the selling part. And then it's the sales thing. Okay? So that's number 2. Number 1, you need an offer. 2, you need to market. 3, you need to grow as a human. You need to constantly be growing, constantly be learning, constantly getting like better at what you do and who you are, and expanding into this whole new world of possibilities and opportunities for you. And that might just be seeing that there's opportunities and possibilities for you. That's abundance. And a lot of us are stuck in the scarcity box that is like, I don't see anything outside this box. I don't believe that there's a lot of possibilities. I don't believe that it's possible for me to actually make 6 figures a month or a year. So it's never going to happen, right? So seeing the opportunities, the possibilities, the abundance out there is daily work. Daily work, man. Okay, so this is the 3-hour workday. So you offer marketing. You're gonna have to do a little bit of both all the time. And the offer, we're gonna expand that into like all your admin stuff too, okay? All the back end stuff. I like to like call it back end or admin. That's technically how I have it labeled in the 3-hour workday formula. 1 being admin, 2 being marketing, 3 being self. So those are the 3 components of the 3-hour workday formula. Admin, marketing, self. Took a lot of work to actually say self in there because I'm like, ooh, that's selfish. But the more that you expand, you just become a better human, and that's what makes you happy. That's what makes you so fully joyful. That's what brings clarity to your life. That's what builds your confidence. And when you are like clear, you are confident, the shit just flows. Which is a masterclass coming up, by the way. More on creating content for social media, because that's my zone of genius. Anyways. Okay, so the 3-hour workday, the essentials that need to get done in your business, right? The essentials. On there, was there anything about like scrolling Facebook? Nope, not essential. Was there anything about like having the perfect website? No, not essential. Was there anything on there about having like a funnel? What's a funnel? If you don't know what it is, it's probably not essential. Right? Yeah. So what are the essentials? Those are the 3 things. Okay? What you're selling, who you're getting the people, and then yourself. Easy peasy. So how does that look like in your day? So setting an hour. So now we can talk about like time chunking. I like doing time chunking or even like batching, depending on the term that you want to use, and working in small blocks of time. I like to work in 1-hour blocks, and I like to have a set schedule. So I like to be available for and so how I can send you actually like my weekly schedule if you'd like on how I work the 3-hour day. I do also have it as a download on my website. Not a website, my landing page, let's be real. Anyways, so I keep Tuesdays and Thursdays for my clients and Friday mornings. Tuesdays and Thursdays are client days. I don't do any admin. I don't do marketing. A lot of marketing. Let me clarify. So that I can stay focused on the work that needs to be done to grow my business. I don't want to have a client and then go like DM people. I don't want to have a client and then go create a landing page. To me, that feels really scattered. And when it's scattered, it takes up mental space in my mind. It's not clear. It's not concise. It feels chaotic. I don't like it. So what works for me is to having Tuesdays and Thursdays and Friday mornings for my clients. That also creates a capacity where I know how many one-on-one clients can I have, right? I can work in, 3, 6, 9, I can have 9 clients a week. And if we coach every other week, that is 18 clients. That can make me a lot of money, right? So anyways, so when you have those set blocks of times, it helps you also get clear on how many people that you can serve, okay? And then it also helps you be focused on the marketing and the creating of the offers and your bookkeeping. So let's talk bookkeeping. It's much easier to do it every week and spend 5 minutes updating your bookkeeping than at the end of the year spending 5 hours. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Speaking from experience. So at my day job, we used to call it Financial Fridays. So every Friday, take a couple minutes, look at your sales, look at your expenses, write them down. What's the gap? And then what needs to happen? I'm below, so you're losing money, so you need to sell more. Or do I need to cut some expenses out? So simplifying. So we're going to talk a lot about simplifying the business from a financial aspect in the Simple AF program. That's going to start in it's a mastermind. It's going to start in September and it's 3 months. Okay. That's going to be a small group setting where we're going to get really into simplifying your business so it can feel light as a feather. Like that's really the feeling, man. Feeling light as a feather, not feeling like you're in a box, but floating. Easy and flowy. Creating the business that way. Anyways, side tangent. So Financial Fridays, good way to time management. Just Fridays. You don't think about your finances any other day of the week. Just Fridays. Because if you're obsessed with numbers, it's going to make you feel like garbage. And if anything makes you feel like garbage, it is not an essential and it needs to be stroked off the list. Okay, so if it's not an essential task to getting you a new client or making you money, stroke it off the list. Just stroke it off the list. Okay, then we can prioritize the minimal essential things. Okay, so you need to have your offer. Also a thing that we're going to clarify and get super concise on and make it super simple in the Simple AF program. Okay, the simple offer, the pricing, all the jazz. That's all part of the admin stuff. Okay, an hour a day doing that. So I like to do that stuff on Fridays, a couple minutes, Wednesdays and Mondays. Okay. And so then if I have something that's going to take a couple hours, I can do like some batch writing on Mondays, an hour. And so when you're focused, you can set your timer for an hour, or you can do what's called the Pomodoro effect, where you work in 25-minute blocks and you set your timer for 25 minutes. You work, you don't think of anything else. You don't scroll Facebook, you don't scroll Instagram. You get your work done. Then you go take a little walk, go get a water, go get a tea, go take a pee, whatever. And then you get back to focusing. Okay, that's the Pomodoro effect. 25 minutes, set a timer. Okay, so you can do your admin, your back end stuff a couple days a week, right? But what I need you to do every day is to show up in your business and to market. Marketing your business, know, respect, trust. If people don't know who you are, they can never buy from you, right? So you have to market your business every day. I like to use attraction marketing where I post content and people come to me. And people were like, Chaz, do you have to use social media? You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to have your business. But you do have to market. So then, okay, you don't like social. Okay, what's your options? How can you get out in front of people every day? Okay, make the plan, make the strategy. And that's what we do in my one-on-one coaching. Like we will find the marketing strategy that works for you. And then you're just like, I can't meet people, like they've shut down things and I can't go to networking things like I did before. So I'm going to have to learn how to like social. Okay, let's work on learning to love social media because it can happen. You can love it when you keep it simple. When you keep things simple, you learn to love it a lot more because it makes you feel light as a feather, right? Doesn't feel heavy and a have to and a should do and it's weighing you down. because you love your business. You love talking about it. So there's ways to change your perception around social media that I'm not going to get into today, because I do have a class coming up on that in September, beginning of October, called The Shit Just Flows. That's like my content creation course. How to create content that feels light, that's super easy, that you can do every day in like under 10 minutes a day. Okay? So I can teach you these things, but you need to do them. You need to look at your schedule and stroke off the things that are not essential and be like, I don't need to do that. I can delegate it. I can outsource it, or I just don't even need to do it. Right? You don't need to do the things that aren't leading to getting you the results that you want. You just don't. So get past that. Get past that. That's the scarcity mentality. And that's what you work on in the mindset part, the self part. Working on overcoming your money mindset blocks and understanding what they are and then how to overcome them. That's the whole journey. That's not an overnight thing. That's a work in progress. And be okay with that. I'm going to work on my mindset every day. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to journal. I'm going to go through my circumstance, thoughts, actions, thoughts, feelings, actions, results every day, multiple times a day. As I grow as a human, my business grows. The more I look at my financials, my business grows. It's bizarre, but it works. It's like, oh, look at that. I like opened up my spreadsheets and then like I got a new client. So weird. So weird. I went through like a whole month, like 2 months, I think, 2 months, month and a half, where every Friday I got a new client. So that was totally the vibe. And I was also doing financial Fridays every Friday. Is that related? Oh, but how fun is that to just play with that? Okay, I look at my spreadsheets, I get a new client. That's a cool vibe, hey? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Okay, so just for the sake of time, I'm just going to check my notes to make sure that I am covering everything that I had wanted to cover. But if there are any questions, feel free to ask them. Even if this is on the replay, I will come back to them and answer. Yes, so your schedule, making a calendar, moving forward of the things that are essential for you to get the results that you want. And then making decisions, being the leader and making decisions that when something comes to you, you're like, I'm saying yes to one thing means I'm saying no to another. So if that's causing my brain to feel stressed and chaotic and like under pressure, then no, don't do it. If you say no to something, it also means that you're saying yes to something else. So like learn to identify what those things are. Like look at all the decisions that you make and ask, if I say yes to this, what am I saying no to? If I say no to this, what am I saying yes to? Man, that's maturity, man. Wow. So if you don't manage your time, you've lost it. You can't go back and be like, oh, I wish I would have done that yesterday, but instead I watched Netflix. You can't go back and change that. You can change your present actions. So you learned the lesson not to watch Netflix all day because it doesn't lead in getting a client. Lesson learned, change it. Okay, I'm only gonna watch one show. Then that's it. I'll set a timer. I'm gonna watch one show. So I need to just chill. And then we'll get back into doing what I need to do to get a client. Okay? The back end, the marketing, the self. I love this course or this quote. Live intentionally and efficiently around the things that truly matter to you. I posted it on my Facebook and I posted it on my Instagram today. Live intentionally and efficiently around the things that matter most to you. And that is your decision. That is your choice. I don't want you to keep putting excuses. Oh, that happened. That happened. I had to do that. giving up control. You have control of your time. Don't let anybody take that from you. Don't let anybody take that shit from you. It's your time. It's also your time to shine. It's your time to shine. So live through things, experience things, and breathe and release the expectations. Release the pressure that if I do this, this will happen. Well, Chas says if I do the back end stuff for an hour and market for an hour and then meditate for an hour, that I'm going to get a new client. I'm not saying that. Because I don't believe that it's like you have to do these things and then you will get a client. You can get a client by just meditating all day. You can get a client by just like marketing every day. You can get a client by just doing all the things. You can. Right? But it's doing the things that also lead to you being soulfully happy and soulfully joyful. That's the big goal. Business is the tool to help you reach your big goal. All right? So there's nothing new under the sun in business. I don't think there's anything really new under the sun ever. It's your perceptions that change. It's what you're exposed to changes. But most importantly, it's what you implement. Knowledge is useless unless you implement and use it. And that's what coaching does. Coaching will help you implement. Coaching will hold you accountable to implement. Coaching is not teaching. That's what these classes are, as the teacher. Okay? This is why I believe in the power of coaching. And it's so much more than just holding you accountable. It's like living through things together and having somebody with you all the time. Having somebody with you. You're never alone in business when you have a coach. Never. Never, 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 never. So I love being a coach because I love connecting with people. Love, 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 love. And I love my clients. Like love, 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 love. They're all so different. Some are product-based businesses. Some are coaching businesses. Some are like, actually mostly are product-based businesses. We are really selling online. Couple don't even have businesses. But it's me being there to support you and ride the waves of the ocean with you. Because not everybody has that person. I'm that person. So if you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me, please let me know. My goal as a coach is to help you be soulfully joyful in your whole life. Not just your business, but definitely in your business. Soulfully joyful, activating that light inside you. Activating that light. Because you are meant to be bright. You are meant to shine. And that's what my superpower is activating that light so that you can be soulfully joyful. You might notice that in my branding lately. Last couple months. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. I love you. I hope you have a very sunshiny day. And I hope that you smile. And I hope that you feel light. And if you have any questions about like working these 2 to 3 hours and what this looks like in your schedule and what exactly would work for you, we can talk more in the Q&A tomorrow, or you can message me and we can talk about a coaching situation. I sound so Italian saying situation. Relationship. Anyways, hope you have a great day. Smile. Love you. Bye.